Well, hey everybody, what I've got for you here is sort of a video by demand. This is a 3-rail O-scale model of Reading Blue Mountain and Northern 425, which is a 462 Pacific style steam locomotive. And I've had this for quite a few years, but I've gotten a lot of requests to review it, and so that's exactly what we're going to do right now on Eric's Trains. All right, so this model was made by MTH. It was offered in their 2017 Volume 2 catalog, and it was delivered in early 2018, which is when I got it, early 2018. And so I've had this thing for maybe 5-6 years now. And originally I was gonna do a full video on it when I got it, but it kind of got put on the back burner for a while. One of the reasons was because I didn't have the matching passenger cars for it, which are now very hard to find. And so I kind of put it on the back burner and forgot about it. But like I said, I've had a lot of people saying, hey, you should review that. And so here we are. This was actually on display in my living room for quite a few years because it's such a beautiful locomotive. But recently I've brought it back down here and I've started running it some more. Now, of course, as I said, this is a model of Reading Blue Mountain and Northern 425, which is a well-known excursion steam locomotive run by the Reading Blue Mountain and Northern Railroad, also known as the Reading and Northern, up in Pennsylvania. Now, I am no expert on the RBMN. I am not a huge fan of that railroad. I got this locomotive mainly because it's just such a beautiful model. And that's really the reason that I get a lot of the locomotives and trains that I get, because I think they're beautiful models, not necessarily because I'm a huge fan of the real thing. Now, I believe this represents an older paint scheme for 425. The current paint scheme is a bit different, especially on the tender. It's got a different logo. But I know it had this paint scheme as late as 2008. I'm sure somebody knows exactly when they changed the paint scheme. Currently, 425 is down for its, 1,472 day inspection. So it's not in service at the moment, but it will be again in the future. Now, the original retail price on this was right at $1,100. These are going to be hard to find nowadays because it's been 6 years since MTH made this model. But if you do happen to find one of these, that's what the original retail price was. Now, functionally, it's a Protosound 3 engine, so it's pretty much like any other PS3 locomotive that MTH makes, except that this one does not have the whistle steam effect because it was made in 2018. If it was made today, it would have the whistle steam effect, but this one does not. Other than that, it's a standard PS3 locomotive, and if you've run other PS3 locomotives, you can expect the same performance out of this one. Although it does have some really cool crew talk sounds. The passenger freight announcement sequence is excellent. I don't know if MTH actually recorded it at the Reading and Northern, but it sounds like they did, and if they didn't, it sounds pretty convincing. And it's really one of my favorite things about this model, the passenger freight announcement sequence, which you'll hear in just a moment. Operationally, this model has been perfect over the years. It runs great. It's got good sound. It's not that perfect big boomy Lionel type of sound, but for an MTH model, it sounds just fine. My only gripe about this model was that when I originally got it, it came with a really long drawbar, a 50mm drawbar, and I think they probably did that to help it get around tighter curves. The original minimum curve requirement was 0.42. But that 50mm drawbar put the tender so far away from the locomotive that the deck plate between the two would just drop out. I mean, if you looked at it wrong, that thing would drop out. It was hanging onto the tender by about a nanometer. Now, MTH makes, or they did make, replacement drawbars of different lengths so that you can swap out the drawbar for one that's longer or shorter depending on your needs. They're hard to find these days, but I went on eBay, and while I wasn't able to find the 40mm drawbar, I was able to find a 45mm drawbar, and I installed it, and it brought the locomotive and tender much closer together, and now that deck plate stays in place. It's not going to drop out nearly as easily, although I did add an extension onto the deck plate just in case. But yeah, other than that little drawbar thing, this thing's been perfect over the years, and I haven't had any issues at all. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this model because it was made 6 years ago. It's not like you can call up your local train store and order one of these. Hopefully MTH will make these again at some point in the future along with the matching passenger cars. So yeah, what I'll do now is start this thing up and run it around the layout for a few minutes, and I think you're really going to enjoy the passenger freight announcement sequence. It is amazing. Like I said, I don't have matching passenger cars right now, so I'll just do a mix of different passenger cars behind this thing, and we'll just pretend like they're Reading, Blue Mountain, and Northern passenger cars. So without further ado, let's start it up and have some fun.
Conductor to all car hosts, where it is safe to do so. Okay to open up your traps and begin boarding your passengers. Please check all tickets, over.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. this is Rusciana. Welcome aboard the Reading, Blue Mountain and Northern Railroad. Today's train will take us from Port Clinton to Jim Thorpe, a distance of 44 miles. Please have your tickets ready. A car host or the conductor will be along to stamp them shortly. Everyone will also have the chance to ride our Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway train operating out of Jim Thorpe this afternoon. You can ride the 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or 2 o'clock train. Tickets may be purchased at the booth located on the station platform at Jim Thorpe from either of our friendly ticket agents. For now, sit back and enjoy the show as we travel through some of the most beautiful mountain scenery in the United States.
All aboard. Conductor to all car hosts, everybody should be closed up and in the clear. Here we go. Reading and Northern conductor to head in engine 425. We have copies of Form DR-101. Okay to proceed north, over. Roger, here we go north 425. Roger, let's give them a good show.
To discuss this model and any other O-Gauge trains, check out the O-Gauge Railroading online forum at ogrforum.ogaugerr.com.